swing out the
Yeah, there you go. So it's live on here.
swing out the
Maybe it's live on here. Yeah, there you go. So it's live on here. Maybe it's live on here. Yeah, there you go. So it's live on here. It's live on here. There you go. So it's live on here.
Did you come to the phone? Did it come to your phone? Okay, you got the
oh, it's just one day. I know. It's all that's fine. It's a good demonstration.
I don't know if you heard me.
Yeah, I don't. I texted them.
Okay, and we don't have a plan. Like,
Oh, yeah.
She changed about it, she changed about it. And what I'm thinking that. But like, you know, the baby, my dad, yeah.
Yeah. We're now having a bunch of stuff. We always plan on stuff on my toilet stuff. And she got like a word technically because she usually is like, I don't mean this, and she gets rid of it.
Oh, wait.
And I'm like, she's like, well, I'm just saying you have to go in the same and I'm like, you're the place and stuff. We might be taking it for like this is like places around. I'll let you know.
Yeah. And we're like, we're trying to. Stuff like the whole garden space.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for like, oh, yeah. I'll let you know. And mine. Yeah, we have to cover there on the website. We got that highlighted in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have.
I may have accidentally put a spot, so don't need. I thought. It should be under. No, there should be. There should be a You know, it should be under. Click the pedal. There should be. No.
Oh, yeah.
Always.
Gonna get that? Um.
Oh, it's got it.
Or matter of fact, you want a bit of beer? This might be a better spot.
Really? Yeah. I would get 24 hours. Yeah. Well, that's how they. Yeah. It's not critical rate. At least if you can go on there. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I never had to do any of this. Yeah, my teacher is or you can have it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, we're gonna go get started shortly, maybe about 2 minutes.
That's unfortunate, but we'll have to do that later. Like recorded 30-second videos, so we'll send you out. Or have uploaded videos. Which I know there. About 2 other agenda items.
I don't know.
What you say?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to.
Yeah.
I take it out.
Yeah. I don't know.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, we're gonna be getting started in probably 1 minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to.
Yeah.
I take it out.
Yeah. I don't know.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, we're gonna be getting started in probably 1 minute. Yeah. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone.
1 minute. Oh, you can't breathe in here. It's really late.
Yeah.
Every week. Oh, wait, that website or the YouTube is up behind it, maybe. Oh. That website or the YouTube is up behind it, maybe. Yes,
Someone there did. I don't
okay.
know why I opened that.
But.
Yeah, so after the meeting, you may to, you will have to either like record a 30-second video.
We are going to go ahead and get. Finish.
We're gonna go ahead and get started. Thank y'all for joining us. We are going to open up with a prayer as usual. So I'm just gonna go ahead since I got the floor unless anybody else wants to pray. No? Okay. Well, Lord, we come before you this morning, just giving you thanks, giving you praise, giving you honor. Thank you for this day. Thank you for your grace and your mercy, Lord. Thank you for keeping us throughout the night. Waking us this morning in good health and good spirits. I'm claiming that by faith. And also that this meeting flows in decency and in order. The resources that are being brought forth will be beneficial to people in the neighborhood, and that all things will just flow smoothly. And we just thank you right now in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. So we are going to get started. Ms. Brown, if you have any updates.
This is like the, raffle for the youth council, for all those who don't know, it's still ongoing. It will be ongoing through Father's Day as well.
You just want to mention along with that raffle for that's for the check, right?
For the chest and for the class.
Okay, right. Pretty much just for trying to raise money. And if you hear from $5 to $15, there's gonna be a grab spot that you can reach in and get something out of. And anything from $15 to $50, you might get luggage, pair of shoes, purse, those will be figured out of. So just keep that in mind as well.
There's one thing. Can you guys hear online?
It's, oh,
Yes.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
hear okay.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Sorry about that.
Okay. They didn't hear you, did they?
They heard. They said they can hear fine. You finished or you got anything else?
No, and I would just like to welcome our newly elected alderman, DeAndre.
Thank you. I think that's it. Miss Amanda, you have any updates for housing?
Yes and no. So, I know that the deadline on the revitalized flyers stated May 1st, but we would still like to get as many, interest forms in as possible. I don't know if you all need any extras. We have some available.
Right.
Next Wednesday is our, supposed to be first Wednesday, second time change today, but it's okay. It's the second Wednesday for May. June, we'll go back to the first Wednesday. US Bank will be here with some information for anyone, that is interested in purchasing a home with some, loan options and information about how they can assist. They are one of the top banks to provide home ownership loans and opportunities for folks in the community. What else?
I just have another question.
Uh-huh.
It's a cutoff on the people, this home buying thing is not.
Not the home buying thing, blockchain. Yeah, that was, interest forms were due May 1st, but we trying to negotiate on everybody's behalf to make sure that we're able to get as many interest forms in as possible to help with, selecting that zone if they put it. I think that's all I have. If I could, go ahead.
How many offers for home insurance that?
So, at this meeting also will be, well, no, I'll get you some information from, what's her name? Angela Marion, but what's her organization? I got you.
Okay. I can't think of it.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I can't think of it off top, but I'll get you that information in part, home insurance.
Okay.
And then HRI, so this, summer, it starts this month, right?
Mhm.
I'll get the flyer in a minute, it's on the printer. HRI will be doing home buying counseling classes, it is an all day thing, it's like 8 hours, right? Something like that, but lunch will be served and it's well worth it for anybody who needs to go through home buying counseling or coaching. That'll be May 25th, and then it'll also be one in June, which I believe is June 22nd. So if you know anybody that's interested in buying a home, we'll be hosting that right here at the Ministry Center on Saturday. Yep, I got some right
And then I
here.
have another question, with the home buying, getting you ready, are you also gonna be talking about credit, how to clean that up? Is that a part of it?
Yes, we
No.
Yeah,
Okay, great.
And then the HRI classes are citywide, but we wanna really make an effort to make sure Amani is well represented.
And that people don't, you don't have to go all over the city, you can come right here in a trusted space where you can get that information.
Yeah, so don't let the other people from way out come in.
That's right, we gotta be strong.
But also a win is a win for the city.
Yes.
If you wanna share this information.
That's me.
So sorry about that. Okay, so moving along, May is Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yes.
And we do have a friend here to share. We have Donetta Walker from Divine Wellness, and she will share some information.
Hi, good morning.
Okay.
Professional counselor.
Wait.
I'm Donita Walker. I'm a licensed professional counselor. I'm the owner of Divine Wellness and Counseling, which is a group practice that's located here.
Are you? Long time no see. Yes. I'm good. I'm turning it off.
And Divine Wellness and Counseling is located at 2207 West Center Street. We're on the corner there. It used to be Greater New Birth Church years and years ago, the bigger church on the corner, but now that is a mental health facility. And so what we're doing in there is we have clinicians of color. So we have Black therapists, men, women, Hispanic clinicians, just minorities, so that we can look like the people that we're serving, right? Because that's super important. Like 59 million Americans have mental illness at some point, right? Right as of today, what they're counting. But at some point, people have some kind of stressor that might come in and disrupt their life, right? And then for minorities specifically, African Americans, we know racism, segregation, different things like that, redlining have played a part in the stressors that are concerning us, right? Different things that we are going through has caused a disruption. Sometimes that make us feel sadness or worry about real life problems that are occurring. And it might disrupt our ability to interact with other people. It might disrupt our ability to have employment and to maintain that employment. It may have issues in our households. There's different traumas that we've been exposed to, and we are now getting to a place where there's not such a stigma on what goes on in the house stays in the house, but people are able to talk about some of those things that have happened or that are bothering us, so that we can get to what I like to talk about is mental wellness, where we are flourishing, because life happens, life be life, and like they say, right? Life happens, but we want to be able to still have those things that disrupt our lives, but be able to continue to walk in this and, have strong families and different things like that. And so what we do at Divine Wellness and Counseling is we use counseling to help you get the tools and know how to use those tools so that you can not only survive, but you can thrive, right? And get through life and have the best life that you possibly can have. So we work with adults, we work with children, we work with youth, young adults. So we have younger counselors, older counselors. Some people are like, I need somebody that's a little bit more seasoned, and we got that over there too. And sometimes our younger people want somebody that's more relatable, right? Because some of us, we know the world is different than what they know. So there's different language that they have. So we have someone there that can speak to everyone. We do have family counseling, sex therapists, because there's sexual trauma that also may have occurred and that people need to talk through and work through. And we offer counseling Monday through Saturday. So we're open Monday through Friday every week, but the first and third Saturdays of every month. So right now they're actually open from 9 to 2 today. And then we also have telehealth options, right? Sometimes you just can't get to the office. Some people need a hybrid thing, like sometimes I can come, sometimes I can't come to the office. So you can go on a secured web page that we have that will, you can connect with your, physician or your therapist. Let me see, I think I've covered it all. We are in some schools, because sometimes parents can't get off work and come see, the therapist. So if a kid attends, Howard Fuller Collegiate Academy, we're there. That's one of the high schools. We're at 2 high schools on the south side. We're at, 1 or 2 elementary schools, and we're going into some middle schools. So we want to make sure that this service is accessible to everyone. And then I do have another office located in Glendale for people who might be, work closer to the North Shore or something like that and need to get out there. So I see a couple hands.
Okay, my question is, do you have to have, insurance?
So we do accept insurance, but we accept Medicaid, commercial insurance. And I do have some therapists that are available. All of us have some pro bono on our caseload. I make sure that I try not to turn people away.
And my other question was, you know, a lot of times people have situations where they just need to talk to someone and not be put on medication, so, in such a hurry. Because I have a friend who was put on medication, now this is way too old, and then she developed tics after a while. You know, she didn't have the tics where she would blurt out and do different things, and that was a side effect of the medicine. So that is really interesting. Do you have a brochure? I mean.
I did bring a couple of flyers that are up here.
Yeah, you know.
Yes.
Don't get on the radio, it should be overstudied.
Okay. I have a flyer that has our pictures on there and a bio about us and who you can pick, because people want to see who they talk to. Right. So at our location, we do start off with a free consultation where you get to talk to the therapist and ask questions for a couple minutes. I'll make it happen. That's fine. We do have a consultation that we do first so that you can like get to know the therapist and feel like if it's a good fit. That's really important to us. Also, we want you to be with someone that is compatible. And so you talk for a little while, talk about what you are experiencing, what you like to get out of therapy, what your schedule is like, and then you can select someone based on that information. And medication. So we're not prescribers, but we will work with them. So for some people, they have chemical imbalances, right? So it's not just the life stressor, but there might be some chemical imbalances that require them to take medication to balance it out. But I always think it's a great idea for you to have talk therapy along with the medication, if the medication is necessary, because this is where we give you the coping skills.
Right.
So you don't always need, medication. Most people don't.
So the ones that need the medication, you have someone that you can recommend.
Yes. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Now, can they walk in at all, or?
So our office is open. You can come to schedule an appointment, but we prefer that you give us a call because it is like confidential at different times. So it's not like a walk-in clinic. Because again, we want you to talk to that. We'll have that consultation where you can make the best fit. Because hopefully it's like, I don't want to say necessarily long-term, but at least it's going to take several visits before you're able to really start working through what you need to work on. So call. Yes, yes, you can do that, yes.
But what you're talking about medication, nowadays, they test them now. They run through all kinds of various tests and blood levels to see, and do they have a chemical imbalance before they put on meds. They don't just put them on meds.
Okay, I know.
Technology has.
Well, this is what I mean, when she called in on 860, she said that's what they did right away, showered her granddaughter with medication.
Yeah.
So I
You know, and that's the other part, right? Every provider is different. And so if you're looking for mental health services, of course, I would love for you to come to Mind Wellness and Counseling, but there are several others. Maybe we'll refer you to other places if it is not the right insurance or a good fit or different things like that. But we want you also to be able to advocate for yourself. If you are saying, you know, hey, this medication makes me feel this way, or I don't like this, or I want to try other methods before then, you should be able to have that comfortable conversation with your provider and saying, can we try different methods before we get to that, right? So it's a relationship.
that you're having and not like you come in and you do this, because this is your life, you're the expert of your life. But we want to give you the tools so that you can get to your destination the best way, safely, healthily, right?
Did somebody else have any hand up?
Yeah, so I just got a question, so you don't really think about the, going through seasonal depression because they haven't had a lot of exposure to the vitamin D. So the question often would be like, especially when we come to a certain age, the difference. And I'm gonna say this ahead of time, I'm not very big on a lot of the medications that are offered out when it comes to depression. And I'm just wondering, as far as alternative methods, do you encourage them to do yoga? Like, do you encourage y'all to have laughter and things like that?
Yep, and as I really said, we're not prescribers, so we don't prescribe medication. We don't start there. So this is like talk therapy is where we begin, and we use those other methods. With young people, we use music. We use art. We do have, people who are certified to be like yoga instructors who are also therapists. When you talk about different things that's happening, we have some people that are doulas, right? That are helping women as they're struggling, as they're pregnant, that's coming out. So yeah, we're using all of the other methods as well. There's lots of different ways to address mental health. Today, I'm actually hosting a mental health summit at Greater New Birth on 82nd and Center, because we're bringing together religion and mental health, the church and mental health, because a lot of times for African Americans, before they go to a doctor, they go to their pastor. So how do we best give the information in our communities? How do we start here by giving people effective coping strategies and not making them feel stigmatized or like it's negative that you are having something going on? We want to be kind, we want to raise awareness, we want to be compassionate and get people to where they need to be so that they'll be okay with getting the support and services that they need. All right. Any other questions? I did leave a couple flyers up here, like one is if you have a kid that is an emotion wheel, sometimes you just don't have the language to say, this is how I'm feeling. So there's a little thing for children, but for adults, we don't have the language either. So there is a larger wheel, right? So we don't have the language either, like, how are you feeling today? Because a lot of times people, especially when they're angry, they just know I'm angry, but anger is a secondary emotion. There's something in front of the anger that's actually causing the anger. So what we try to do is help you to process and give you the language for those things. There's little sheets on self-care and how to notice like anxiety and depression in teenagers, because it looks different. Sometimes with teens, they're not sad, they just irritated, right? So, and you're like, oh, that's what's been going on. This is why they're isolated. And teens and young adults face a lot of pressures due to social media, right? So, and there's a lot of things out there that make them, I feel like it's a different reality, right? A different reality, but we have to be able to give them the language to make them feel safe, seen, supported, and help them to get the direction that they need, because a lot of times they feel like they don't know their direction or purpose. And so we want to be able to provide that support to them as well.
Someone online asked, can you share a number?
Yes, our telephone number is 414-502-9355. That's 502-WELL. It's Divine Wellness and Counseling, 2207 West Center Street. If you go to our website, divinewellnesscounseling.com, you can schedule an appointment right from our website. There's a place that you can go on there. There's a picture of all of our counselors. You can go on the webpage and pick a consultation with them from there. You can go into our client portal. We try to make it as accessible as possible and easy for you. And you can also give us a call. We're open until about 6:30 p.m. Monday through Thursday. We close at 2 on Fridays. And the first and third Saturday of the month, we're open from 9 a.m. to 2.
Have your number and website and on there?
That will be on the paper that they were just handing out. If you go to the last page, it has the number and then it has a QR code. You can scan that and you can make an appointment right off of there. Yes.
So last question was, do you address the issues when it comes to ancestral DNA trauma that's trapped within their DNA?
Oh, come on, somebody deep. We do talk about like different things that comes down for us, when you talk about like what comes down from when we came down from slavery. So there's like physical things that we have in our bodies, like a lot of us with diabetes and different things like that, but it's also mental illness and stressors, the way we our tolerance level, the way we can handle stress. We do know that that comes down from other areas. So that is a part of what we're discussing when we're having therapy. So yeah, we touch on all of that stuff. Not really. Okay.
My granddaughter, she got her DNA and chromosomes type, and so it told her what she possibly can come down with to prevent things, and she has come down with those things that on her chromosomes.
Yeah, there's a study. I'm in a doctoral program, so I'm a licensed therapist. I have a master's degree in counseling, but I also I'm in my fourth year. I'm just finishing up my classes at the Medical College of Wisconsin to be a PhD. Yeah, so I am now with the dissertation phase, yay. But yeah. But one of the programs that we have there is something called All of Us. It's a program where, yeah, okay, you guys are familiar with that, with Dr. Franco, and where you can find out about your DNA, where you come from. I actually had an opportunity the year before last to go to Rwanda and Uganda and do some research, because I'm looking at mental health and cancer patients, because in the African American community, there's not a lot of minorities in that process. And we die so much more than other people. And so I want to know, like, what services are being offered to us? What can we do to help? One of the things I did was I went to Africa and to do some research, and it was amazing to see us just run a whole country, right? And just be able to say, like, we're doctors, we're lawyers, we're teachers, the possibility, people seeing the hope and see who we really are, right? So when you come into therapy, and because the reality, what you might see right now is sometimes we see poverty, we see that we can't see our way out of these difficult situations, but being able to see who you really are, who you really were, who you were born to be, where we came from is important. And we speak about that.
Dr. Lou has an amazing book where he goes back and chronicles why so many people and pregnant women carry those stressors, those different issues that are emotional stuff. And sometimes you might work up and you're angry and you think that it's just something that you are angry about, and it may be something that has been trapped in your DNA before it's more than known for decades.
Right.
And it's trying to overlook those initial problems. So it's Dr. Michael Lou, he created this whole format around how to get over those barriers. Thank God I'm no good at things.
Yeah. So you see that there's different methods, different language, different conversations. So there's certain therapists that if you wanted therapy, I'm not saying you want, but if you wanted therapy, there's certain therapists that will be able to speak to what you're talking about, right? That'll be a good fit for you, because you don't want somebody that you're gonna come in that's gonna be talking to you about medication and different things. There's a different way, there's a different language that you're comfortable with. So finding that therapist that can then speak to you and address the issues that you have concerning, which will look a lot different than a teenager or a youth that might want to talk a little bit more about something else. So we want to meet the need of everyone. And so that's why we have a variety of therapists. We do have Spanish speaking therapists. And we also have, we have 2 male therapists. So yeah, variety of multicultural over there. That's the plan.
This is really interesting.
Can I? Well, and I'm not trying to be rude, but we do have somebody that got their hand up online, and then we do have 2 other presenters, so I do want to be respectful of people's time. Ms. Modis, if you want to go, and then we'll follow up with Ms. Walker afterwards. Go ahead, Ms. Modis. Did you have your hand up?
Oh, no.
Okay, my apologies then. Okay, we got one person. Somebody else have? Oh, anybody have anything online? Because we don't want to overlook our online audience. Okay.
Okay, my only other thing was, you know, depending on what class you're in, when people say, oh, I talked to my therapist, that's acceptable in some areas, okay? But when it comes down to other classes with people and to talk to a therapist, it's like, okay, you got a problem? It's gonna affect your employment, is it gonna cause a problem? So like when you fill out an application and they ask, do they ask you anything like that on your application?
You don't have to disclose any of that information. You don't have to disclose that.
That's what I thought, but they have tricky ways. They want to know who's all in the pool of employment. They don't want somebody to come in that might shoot up the employee.
Well, hopefully if you come in and we can work through what could be like issues that impact you with employment so that you can work through that and be okay in the workforce. A lot of jobs now offer like EAP, that's an employee, assistance program where you can see therapists, because that's how we get some of our people. Your insurance carrier can tell you to come to our insurance company. So
they get the theory from, oh, now I'm not gonna go to no mental thing because some kind of way my employer will find out. And that's why they started that program with the job, so that it would not get out. So it had to be something.
Yeah, and I just, as a culture and a society, we've evolved, right? So the way that we look at therapy is a lot different, and how we speak about therapy. So it really starts with us to be able to make people comfortable with going to see a therapist and not saying things like, well, what's wrong with you? Because really, it's nothing wrong with all of us. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, depending on the day and the situation, I can be driving and somebody cut me off. Oh, well, then all of a sudden I'm like yelling, so then I might be upset in that moment, but we want to be able to say to people, hey, we're better together. All of us go through something. Let's get the services and the support that you need.
I got a quick question.
Yeah.
Are you aware that APS, funding for, mental health and property people?
Yeah, so what
Would that affect you in your job, or is you any, helping out at any MPS schools?
So they usually have certain, people that come in, but in my company, what we do for the schools that we are in, MPS doesn't fund us.
Okay.
We have, the students have their own personal insurance, so we charge their insurance, or we have therapists that see some students pro bono. So it does not affect their funding, doesn't affect or impact who we see.
But you are aware.
Yeah, and that's why we're trying to bridge the need of being right here in the community, doing weekend counseling, doing evening counseling, so you can get the kiddos in. Then we're doing it telehealth, so maybe if they cannot come into, the office. Yes.
Then we got one more question, and then we are going to have to move on.
It was a good conversation. We will be around. We're not leaving. We come to y'all community events. Because we weren't here on 22nd and Center all the time. We just got here and we've kind of got nestled into our building, but we're gonna be at the meetings. So you'll have access to me. We guys have neighborhood cleanup. We in the neighborhood, so we're part of it. We cleaning up too. So we're gonna be at these events. So you'll see me and some of the other staff. We just happen to be open this morning, so I couldn't bring any other team here, okay?
Question, are you guys active in the telehealth?
Yes.
Telehealth?
Yep, that's what we do, telehealth service. We have a client portal that, so then when you go in and you sign up, it'll allow you access to see your counselor through telehealth. So you can use your cell phone, you can use your computer, whatever you need to see it, and not have to physically come into the office.
And I believe the reason why they started EAP is because they were worried about, employees burnout.
Yes.
So that was one of the first initial things. So many people were getting frustrated on the job and they were trying to create an easier way that they could help.
And that's a good resource to share with your people that you may know that telehealth, because that you don't actually have to go to the doctor in a lot of situations. Like you said, use your cell phone. They have kiosks at height. You go into the kiosk, you see the doctor have a doctor appointment in the kiosk. You know what I mean? So just let y'all know y'all can share that information.
So thank you guys so much for having us. Like I said, we'll be around. We do have flyers here for you to take. We have information on how to schedule an appointment, and we're right there on 22nd and Center. If you want to come over, ring the bell. You'll see a blue awning off the parking lot. Ring the bell. We'll let you in and we can get you scheduled, okay? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, she working, all right. Okay, we are going to keep moving. We have Mr. James. He's from Gilbane, and he will be sharing about some services that he will be starting or doing. He's online, so you can go ahead.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good morning. appreciate you guys allowing me to be a part of the meeting and jump in. As she mentioned, my name is James. I'm with Gilbane Building Company, part of a joint venture for Gilbane Schmidt. And we're working on the new Northwestern Mutual Tower, North Office Building in downtown Milwaukee. And one of the things that we want to do is find a way to, link in with the community, link in with the neighborhood, and get people who are interested in construction an opportunity to work either on this job site or just other projects. So, this is my first touch base with the group, and I just really wanted to become part of the community so we can connect and find individuals, residents in the neighborhood that have an interest in construction, or maybe even have a construction background already, but are just looking for other opportunities. This project that we're doing will be going on for the next few years through the summer of 2026. And it's really, really important for us to continue to diversify the construction community as many folks head into retirement. So going forward, I know I'll be working with you all to just find strategies, whether it's just canvassing, being part of different events throughout this summer, but to really build awareness and connect with individuals regarding this project and other projects we have going on in the Milwaukee area. So I know that's kind of a lot of words, just really wanted to put it out there, see if there are any thoughts, questions, or ideas for integrating into the neighborhood and collaborating to make sure that really we do the best we can to find individuals who want to get in construction.
Question, what skill level do you have to have, or age, or any certificates, or what?
Well, the age, you got to be 18 or close. So that's typically the best, but there is no age limit. You could be 30s, 40s, 50s, as long as you feel like you're able to do, what will probably be manual labor. There's an opportunity. You don't need a certificate per se, but that's part of, my role is to connect you with resources to get you, there is an AccuPlacer test that needs to be taken, a couple training pieces that need to be done. But you don't necessarily need to have a certificate. Typically, at least having a high school diploma or a GED would probably be necessary.
Go ahead.
Do you have a partnership with WRTV Big Step set up already?
Oh yeah. We have a great relationship with WRTP Big Step, and that is actually the agency I would be connecting individuals to, to take the AccuPlacer test, to get signed up with the union. And my job would be actually just connecting you on site, connecting you with contractors. There's a question that says, is there a flyer application for us to pass along to those who are interested? So that is in process now. So I'll have that together in the next couple of weeks, and I'll be able to give that to the group for distribution.
Yeah. Anybody else have anything? Hearing none? We got one more. Hold on, we got one. Hi, James. This is Marisha. Thank you for being here today. For those who might not be familiar with the AccuPlacer test, can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, for sure. So it's really a test. It just tests you on a bunch of different basic things, math, reading. It kind of asks you questions as it relates to different trades. And typically the results of that test would let, unions or leaders know, hey, this individual might be good for plumbing or electrical or labor. So it's just a test to see where you fall. And one thing I'll say is, just because you test for one thing doesn't mean you can't push for another, but it does show like, okay, this individual would probably be really good in trade A or trade B or multiple trades.
Thank you. Jerry Ann, did you have your hand up? You still have a question, or are you good?
Hey, good morning, everyone. I was trying to ask a question. I know he said that he'll collabo or talk about collaboing. So if that's possible, can me and you connect? So because I have social events and I think it'll be great. If you can, at least explain some of that to some people that I know that be looking for that type of industrial, especially with young men.
Absolutely, absolutely. So one thing I'm doing right now is just putting my phone number and email in the chat. Um, and I know for me, my goal is to be around more than just this meeting. I want to, come to other meetings throughout the next few months, and
Yeah.
mostly they'll be in person. I just got back from out of town. That's why I'm not there in person now. But I did put my information there, so I'd love to collaborate offline through text or phone call or email for anything else going on. Because my goal is to really collaborate deeply on a macro level and micro level.
Okay. So are you available tonight?
Tonight, I'm not available, but any other time, like maybe next week or anytime
Okay.
after that.
Okay, because I host a social WOW event every weekend, Saturdays. I have a building, and so I will really appreciate it if we can just, get some things together because what I have going on is something very big too. So I'm trying to do more in the community and which is bring more people together that don't really understand how to be financial free. So yeah, I'm on that page too.
That's awesome. Yeah, let's connect offline. Please either text me or call me or email, and maybe we could set something up next weekend or the following weekend.
Okay, yes.
Put his information in the chat, so you can grab it from there, Jerry. And anybody else have anything for Mr. James? Okay, hearing none. James, we thank you for your time. We will share your information throughout the building with people who will be interested in it. But I do thank you for sharing with us.
Thank you.
We are going to move along. DeAndre? Yeah. Did you have something you want to share really quick about the letter?
It's not finished yet, but I'll be meeting next week. But it goes along with the trades piece. As I push the trades and push sustainable jobs in our community. So good morning. Good morning. Amani United Family. So DeAndre Jackson, Auburn 7th District. So as I push the trades, and something I've always done, I'm gonna keep an eye on the lateral program. So for the next 15 to 20 years, this is federal funded dollars that has to go to the city as far as the lateral program. The laterals will be 1,200 or so. But with the jobs, we're talking about a heavy equipment operator, a plumber, and also a laborer. So we could churn out 1,000 journeymen in the next 20 years, which will lead to the next batch of journeymen to keep it going. So I'll be on Public Works to keep an eye on that and make sure our community is fully abreast in that. But what you can help me out at is whoever can organize their blocks the quickest will be able to get the work done the fastest. So I plan on having the 7th district at most, that lateral done in a short amount of time.
What do you mean by organized?
So think about it, we have a crew of 5 people, heavy equipment. If I could get everybody signed up on one block and just keep it going that way, I could keep that crew in that area for a long period of time. And I don't think nobody else is gonna be out pushing and trying to do it. So I'm just letting y'all know, I'm gonna be out pushing, trying to get it done. So if I get more blocks organized and get the paperwork turned in and get everybody signed up, I would be able to keep that crew in that area as long as possible. So it's 1,200 for the area for the end of the year.
So priority areas, right?
Priority.
Yeah.
Well, that's the first goal, because it's just starting. See, all the federal dollars and things that were put in place for infrastructure bills and things like that, that's starting to hit now.
I know the city is sending out cards.
Yeah.
And telling you if you want to get your lead lateral
Yeah.
done. Okay, right.
Yeah.
So are you talking about that?
That's what I'm talking about.
We have to pay over 10 years.
15
years. Yeah.
But a lot of that supplement as well with the incoming dollars.
Now, it's really not enough money to cover everybody, the money that they have, but it really is. And my question is, when these people are trained, will they be a part of a union?
Yeah, that's the only way I'm doing.
Okay, good, but it's really hard to get into the trade. So you're working with a company they're gonna be under an umbrella with someone.
No, so everybody's different. The plumbers are the plumbers, the heavy equipment operators, the heavy equipment operators. Actually, heavy equipment operators are the hardest trade to get into because they're not here. They're located in Paloma, Wisconsin. So actually, a new training center has been built in Century City Triangle.
Right.
I'm gonna bring them down.
Okay, but my thing is that I have relatives that are in the trade,
Yeah.
and they work in all over the United States, their union is like that.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, some companies have all those people under their umbrella. I'm saying, what company is gonna take them under?
Oh,
Because they always give contracts to and not let me run in.
No, these are gonna be, they have to have the ability to do the job. And the companies that start, what we've been learning is, they get better as they go. As they go, they can do 2 a day, probably get to 3 a day. But then as you go and as you evolve, you get better equipment, you get better processing and things of that nature. And as far as heavy equipment operator goes, my son's a heavy equipment operator. 20 years old, makes $34 an hour. And with the RPP, unless you take a big piece of mail to Big Step, that gets you on the projects in the city. So you don't have people from all around coming to get the jobs from the city, so.
That was my next question to you. The reason why we're doing this is because we want to train, have more young men of color in the actual trades within our city, but they're not in Amani area.
That's why I'm on Public Works, keep an eye on it.
But yeah, and then an application for mankind. It's not just, you know. Yeah.
So that's the part of me saying I'm gonna have to partner with the community groups and actually start here. The more blocks I can get organized, the more work we can get done. And they say it's not a race, but I'm going for it.
But there is a form that they have to complete, right?
Yeah.
And I think everybody on the block has to sign off on it.
Yeah, so they have 3 organizers for the 1,200, but once I have my meeting next week, I'll probably try to boil it down and make it simpler. And when I go door to door to try to get these people signed up, well, because a lot of people are absentee landlords, I have to still get them signed up as well. And if I can organize more blocks, you know what I'm saying, with your help, we can get the work done quicker.
And the city has prioritized a number of different like census tracts. Amani is in, I want to say multiple of the census tracts that are prioritized for the
And like,
lateral.
nothing against the other districts, but if I get out there and do the work and get it organized, we can get it done.
And can you tell them a little bit more about why you're in the trade?
All I've been in trade 16 years at Max-Block, UAW, contract negotiator. I'm a metallurgist by trade. I manipulate the properties of metal.
You don't have to program for people that work on your houses and stuff.
What the,
Revitalize Milwaukee, and then
You know,
looking for plumbers, electricians that can help renters that want to pay someone to get the job done, not scammers that come in, get your money and don't finish the job.
okay, so you talking about building a list like an Angie's list type deal. We could do that. I mean, it already exists, but we could do that.
We got one more question, or we good? Thank you, Deandra, for coming. We know you got a lot of busy schedules, but you have always been on the ground. You are showing that you are going to be one of these aldermen that stay engaged with the community and making sure you're attending these meetings.
And I need the money to pick a day, the week of the RNC, I won't be in the office, I'll be out. And I can make one of these my office days. Let me know which day y'all want.
Okay, my next question. Did you get an assignment? Yeah. You're an
Oh, you
alderman,
mean
right?
like, committees?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on, community development, I'm on zoning and development, and I'm the chair leg, that's, the district legislature.
Can we say the youngest?
okay, what's your name?
Yeah, you one day was you in a hard time.
Well, I've heard about it, but I'm not online, so I don't know.
You're our alderman here, okay, guys?
Question, have you been working on cleaning up the area, cause it appears to be. Yeah.
Yes,
I know.
yes, when I met with DPW, I just got their cycle.
Yeah.
What happened was they were doing a few blocks over here, a few blocks over there, but that didn't make sense. Just follow the garbage track, make it simple. So when they do garbage pickups, I was like, just follow the garbage track, make it simple. So instead of having, let's say you have orders where you have different blocks. Don't waste your time, just start from 20, go to 27, don't waste your time, you know?
Yeah, I know.
So outside of the community, it seemed like things could be simpler, so when I started seeing how they actually work, things could be simpler.
Okay. Can I say, our president, our current president, Elizabeth Brown, had asked that we ask our aldermen to make that possible. He was very clear, he's been out here cleaning up the blocks without cameras. Before the election, he was out there doing it. So again, with Dominican Center and our current president Elizabeth Brown, she asked for those things, and DeAndre said, like, you gotta ask me, I'm already doing it. I have property in this neighborhood. My son has property in this neighborhood. So that's why we're saying he is truly more engaged and truly looking to make a difference, and we're trying to stay CSU.
And, so side note, I'm working on, community health fair. I have a company out of Racine that's coming up, and as you can tell with the pharmacies and things being closed, we need more resources. So I'm partnering with Ethicos Church on Thurman, and, initial day right now is June 22nd from 10 to 3. Health fair, health services, blood testing, diabetes check, you know, blood pressure, and you can bring your medication to see if you're using too many things that don't need to be used together and things of that way. Just getting started, tipping away at it.
Well, all right. Thank you. Fundraiser event. So it wasn't just an attend, it's participant. I'm gonna make sure people know, right? Y'all do know.
Okay, so we are going to keep moving. We have our friends from UW Milwaukee here, with the nonprofit IT, and they're gonna share about some things that they have done and are doing for the Amani United.
Do we move the table or?
However you wanna do it.
Or I guess it's one.
There's lots of screens.
Yeah.
If we're screen sharing.
Right. So good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
So we are the UWM nonprofit IT Amani group. So there's a little bit more about the program. It's a nonprofit IT is a UW Milwaukee program, specifically in like the SOIS, so School of Information Science school. What we were tasked with is creating a new website. So Lucas, you want to hit that next slide? We have Lucas online too. He's part of our group. So we were tasked with creating a website or revitalizing the current Amani United website. Amani United reached out to UWM, and I guess specifically the nonprofit IT group, just to talk about, or just to try to work something out where we can, again, revitalize the website. There are multiple other groups, so it's not just us, there's also a couple other groups of students that are also working in websites across, for communities across the Milwaukee area, so not just us, or not just Amani, so definitely check out neighboring communities' websites. You might see some improvements or updates on that end as well. But really to boil down what our mission statement was, it was transforming the existing website into a modern one while making it easier for residents to access resources and to make connect. So that's really kind of what we boiled down our mission statement to be. So what is next? So I guess before we go even further, and introduce myself, I'm Luis. Hi, Mason.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Lucas.
So Lucas is also will be joining us online and kind of the one managing the presentation a little bit. So if you guys haven't seen the old website, this is what the old website used to look like. So it is, and it's actually one long scroll. So it is a it is a website where it did have a lot of information, a lot of good information, and a lot of great ways to connect with Amani United. But we just want to make that a little bit easier for residents. We saw some of the data, and we really try to make the website for Amani residents, make it as easy as possible for you guys to be able to connect, get resources, things like that. So this is the current website, or at least the current website for now. So as you can see, again, one long scroll, meeting stuff at the bottom, there's resources at the top. But again, we just want to make it a little bit easier for y'all. So if we want to switch over to the new site, or a little bit more of a highlight of what our benefits are. Here, we want to go next. We'll show off the news today. So another kind of highlight of what we've done The top one is the older website. So the older URL, it is, from, it was hosted in the Dominican Center. So it's a little bit of a longer URL. So we really want to give Amani United their own page. So how simpler is that? AmaniUnited.org. So
Right.
easy to get, figure out and remember. And if we want to go to the news site, Lucas. This is what the current website looks like. So it's split up, different sections, better dedicate, certain resources or updates or anything like that. Make it a little bit more accessible and easier. Not only for you guys to, check out, our residents to check out, but also for Amani United to update, a little bit more, hopefully, a little bit more, in a consistent manner in terms of how you guys could be seeing the information. So, Rachel, you wanna?
Yeah, I
Okay.
can talk. So, we have a sticky banner on the top here, so no matter where you scroll, the navigation stays the same, so it's very easy to navigate. We also have these call to action buttons, so they're, right on the homepage, you can join the meetings, it'll take you to the meetings page. Scroll down, and also volunteer events, that'll take you to the events page. And then there's also another one that will take you to the donate page. We also highlight donate up in the top right to try to get you guys more donations there. And then on the bottom of the homepage is your guys' MailChimp. So anyone who is interested in keeping updates with the Amani United can sign up there, get emails. And then in the footer, we also have just the same navigation to make it easier. If anyone gets lost for any reason, they can just find the navigation down there as well. And then if we get to the About Us page,
Another thing I also wanna quickly say too is that the website is also kind of, while it is specifically or it is built for residents in mind, we also wanna bring other people outside, really anybody from an outside community, kind of invite them in. Just make it easier for people to find out not only more about Amani United, but also about the Amani neighborhood. So just making it easier for, not only for you guys, but again, outside sources, external, people who want to even contribute or donate to, Amani United. So.
yeah, so looking at the About Us page, it kind of goes over who you guys are, who the Amani people are, what's going on in the neighborhood. We have the recent initiatives, so, keeping each other safe. You guys might see yourself on the website too. Just a heads up. And then like the, down the park remodels that you guys did. And we have a carousel of the pictures, so you can see more of the progress and get a little bit of what the project was about. And then scrolling down, it's more of like improving block by block and other recent initiatives that you guys did. And then on this page too, we have that MailChimp. And we also have the events calendar links, but you'll see that in a second. And then we also decided to include a Google Maps of the Amani United neighborhood so that people could, come visit if they wanted to, or at least get a visual of where you guys are located.
So currently, that's what's out there right now. So if you go
AmaniUnited.org, this is what you'll see.
Yep, you'll see that.
now, do we have to get the word out that the address has changed?
You should.
You should, if you do a Google search of Amani United,
Okay.
now this site actually pops up now. So I guess you could say it's live, it's been released and everything, but.
Great.
You can also look at it on your phone as well.
Now, do you have our executive director out there? Is Marisha's name out there?
So we actually have, as of right now, the only officer listed, is Elizabeth. So, but we'll get to that page in a second.
That's the whole thing. I'm mixing,
Dominican Center, and see, that was the big thing too, it's just separating Dominican Center with Amani United, making it a little bit
oh, but
more.
list our partners out there.
I'll get to that. Lucas, keep it going, let's see.
All right.
Let's go.
This is the updates page. This has current events. The page is set to display 15 current updates with the search bar. So if you're ever know of something and want to find more information about it, you don't want to scroll, you've got a nice search bar. Going down, I guess you can demonstrate. Yeah, going down, we do have the view all updates, so if you're a new incoming resident and you wanted to sort of see what was happening in the past before you moved in here, this would be a great way to do that.
So we're gonna have some resources up there. Christina's been awesome at kind of giving us some updates that you guys or research that you guys been kind of already in flyer form, but really digitizing them and then getting them up on the website is also was important thing for us to, you know, load up the website with content.
Yeah.
Just have something for you guys to also immediately use and see how it could be. So we already have a block by block, housing resources. And this, so a little bit more about the resident tab. This tab is really meant for the Amani resident. So this is what this has, your meeting. So it'll be the first, your current, like today, our meeting today.
Yeah, so this page will have a live stream of the meeting. Right now, it is currently live streaming to YouTube. There's just some additional verification that needs to get done in order to be able to make it go from YouTube to the web page, but that will all happen automatically as soon as the live stream is started here in the building. Scrolling down, we also provide a link to the Zoom, so you just tap on in and you can join. And then we also have the join in person with the Google Maps to this building in case someone is, someone's new and wants to figure out how to get to these monthly meetings.
You said it's going to YouTube right now.
If you click, so Amani United has their own YouTube page. If you gotta click on it, and then it'll open up, yeah. The. We might get. Yeah, we might get feedback, but.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be all right, it's gonna be our fault. There it is. But yeah, as you can see, that so live streams on YouTube at least. So hopefully soon we'll get it rolling on the actual webpage, so you don't even need to go to YouTube. You can just see it straight from the website.
If you wanna scroll down, Lucas, to the countdown, we've got a countdown to the current meeting. The meeting's happening right now, so it shows 0. Our math was off by 1 day, which is funny. Here's the calendar. That sort of has all of your events, all of your timed resources. So different resources like the Ask a Lawyer for Help, that would be on that events page as well.
How far does it go out to the game page?
You can go, it's monthly. You can also on the webpage click it to agenda and see sort of the agenda view, but it goes out pretty far. Want to go to the park or election?
Go election.
Yeah, we covered resources.
Was there elections, Lucas?
I didn't even hear that.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Lucas.
All right, so we also have the elections page. So this will have information on the current election cycle that's going on and some information on how you could potentially run as an officer. So there's information within the different drop downs. And then each drop down has information about the election. Like in this case, we have an image of the organization chart and then requirements to run, where you can download the nomination form, which we're hosting on the website itself, and then some other information. And then we also have the current officers. So we have Elizabeth as the president right now as our only listing, but hopefully as more people like learn about the elections, then obviously this will fill up more and we'll have more information on it. And then should I go to the block ambassadors?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so this is our block ambassador page. Hopefully the map will load up soon. My computer's going a bit slow with running Zoom and all that stuff right now. So this has the coverage map. So basically which blocks have an ambassador and which ones don't. And then you can see like the ones that are in yellow do have an ambassador, where the ones that are gray doesn't. And it's easy to edit and view which blocks have a specific ambassador assigned to them. And then you can also like move around the map. And then there's also information on how to become an ambassador with the app, a download link for the application. I said some information and then additional information within the drop downs.
No more excuses on not becoming block.
Should I go over the partners?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. It's just a little bit hard to hear online if there's like any comments or anything. So then we have our partners page. So this has information on like the partners that Amani United is with. So this is the Amani report. So it has all the information on the different partners and what they've done. So you're able to download that directly on the website, along with ones from previous years. And then we also have a list of all the partners that they're with. So then we have like all the different like Amani based partners, like the Youth Council and the Friends of Moody Park. And then we also have the list of all the other partners that you guys are working with. And then each one has the logo and the website link.
The partners are broken up into the different concentration areas, so if a resident needs help in housing, they can just pick the housing drop down and they'll see everyone that can help.
We're gonna go to events, last couple of pages.
Fire.
Our tobacco equipment is not a partner on it.
This is a live website, so we can always add.
You can always add it, yeah. So this is just another way for you guys to easily see events. Under the resident section, in the meeting section, there's also another calendar, but that's really meant for just meetings, or Amani United specific stuff. This event page is really meant for not only Amani United stuff, but also stuff happening around the community. So definitely check probably that one out if you guys want to see something, not only in Amani, but again, just outside. I believe the Black Holocaust Museum is doing an event.
Now,
Sure.
Amani United is controlled, they control the schedule, no one just can just go.
No.
No.
One thing I would like to add is sometimes you will see if you are already signed into your Google account, you might see like happy birthday up there or like, 4th of July is coming up. That's from your guys' calendar. So your guys' calendar also integrates into this calendar.
But only you see that on your end.
Yeah. It's not being shared to anybody or anything.
Oh, like my birthday is coming the 4th of July, and if I were to bring this up, it would say happy birthday.
You just did.
How much room does that take up on your phone?
Not that much. It's pretty well. Yeah, you get, if you want to go on your phone and click through it, you can definitely see it. It depends on your phone.
Like you, so you don't need.
Oh, no, we thought about yeah. But,
Can you go back to the homepage real quick? I just wanna see what's on there, cause, like, say for instance, if there's like a serious, like, NCS meeting coming up, or, you know, trying to see what do you guys, like,
Hey, come on.
So the idea with the homepage is, or at least the main concept is really just more so to, you know, the first thing that a lot of people see is, well, let me say this. When you go on the homepage, really the homepage is for everybody. Not only just Amani United residents, but also kind of inviting other people in. Really the section for y'all is that resident tab. So the MPS stuff will be on like the events, page or.
oh, just give a suggestion.
Sure.
Just give a suggestion, you know, you got the people who gonna be in the community who's, they just need it now.
Sure.
They need information now, just like a slide, probably a section, this is a suggestion, a slide where it goes, hey, today or tomorrow, there's an MPS meeting
coming up,
and come up, and then you can take it down the next day once it's done, you know, something like that, you know, like some quick news where it's like something quick and then just take it back down, because, you know, when you start down, so when you start going to the community, you gotta start canvassing, or we start canvassing, you know, you telling people, hey, go to this website, it's gonna let you know when this meeting is coming up. You can go on the homepage instead of them scrolling all the way through each one, you know what I'm saying?
No, I think that's a valid.
It's not something you have to do.
Yeah.
I know me, if I go to, you know, something I want it now, you know, say, oh,
Oh, no.
this is what I can participate in right now, and then, you know, if I wanna continue going through the page, huh? But what if you don't, what if you just go to www. Whatever it is, and then the first thing you see is what you can get.
Like a pop.
Yeah. And you got to know, like, do stuff like that, and then
So we
you
try.
Why we're suggesting what he said, because what happens
You
is,
gotta remember to do that.
your whole website.
Right.
If you in my face telling me something, you run my doorbell telling me something, when I go to the website, I'm expected to get this like updated news, like it's gonna feed me right away.
So that's why we got the updates too.
And that's the next thing I wanna mention. If there's something going on in our area, feel like there's a big robbery ring going on. You can tell the residents to be on the lookout, be careful, and so forth. And just a greeting for the day. Beware of this here. Slow down on your driving. Just little things. I'm just saying.
But, a lot of that comes through text as well, so you also have to keep in mind, that you're also looking for somebody to manually update these on a continual
On a
basis.
daily basis.
Oh, that's right. Again, faster approach is going to be via text, because you're, right now, I guarantee you, everybody got their phone on. So you may not be able to go to the actual page, but you'll get that text. That text will be a lot faster than you actually going to the page. The page is going to be for residents who are really want to be engaged in that social media, format. But the text is for that person that's walking around with their phone. So again, like, I know you get my text, don't say you don't, you get my text all the time. So the texts are going to be key.
So we get to pull up, y'all pick my date now?
You already got your date.
July 15th.
Yeah, you already got your date.
Okay.
Yeah.
Correct. We gotta keep it moving because we do have the officers here. We want to-
And we'll stick around, at least I'll stick around after the meeting. You guys have any questions or anything?
You guys, y'all rock.
Yeah, thank you.
What year are you on?
So I'm graduating, I think.
I'm graduating.
Congratulations.
Nathan, I'm year 3. I could graduate next semester, but I probably won't.
And it was about to, but he's double majoring now. So.
Okay.
Congratulations.
So, yeah, these students work tirelessly on this.
Have one mic, please, y'all.
I just want to say that these students have worked tirelessly on this website. There's been like thousands of revisions, and Elizabeth worked through it, and this is what residents need to see. And I mean, it's a live website, so it'll change and it'll adapt with what you guys need. But nights, weekends, these kids were working on the website, so I think that they deserve a big round of applause.
Yeah.
Thank y'all again. We got just a few updates. Amanda mentioned the housing meeting will be this Wednesday on the 8th. If anyone is interested in the Bloom and Groom, we have the applications back there on the little buffet cabinet. There's a QR code. We're asking people to use that QR code to order their flowers so we can keep an inventory of what's being ordered or not, and not, if you don't have access to doing a order form online, we will accept the paper application, but we are pushing for the online order. We might have a possible rain garden installed on that day, so we might be looking for volunteers. We don't know that for sure yet, but we will keep you posted. Amani United pop-ups have started, well, will be starting this month on the 2nd and 4th Tuesday. We'll go from different locations throughout the community with different organizations, just sharing different resources. Our stakeholder meeting is on the 21st at 9:30 at DC. Upcoming elections, they just shared it on the website. Y'all jump on this amazing website and get that information. Ms. Patterson, I know you was interested in that, so you can jump right on there and get that information, or anybody else who's interested in being a part of Amani United Board. We have to say the date, June 8th, we will have a block party on 26th between Locust and Burleigh. We are planning to have some vendors out there. I'm sorry, I can't read that. Some vendors out there, some biking activities. We'll have some bike repairs. So if you need some bikes repaired, they'll be over there repairing bikes. We're gonna have it blocked off so people can have safe riding up and down that block. Trying to have the MPS mobile truck come out with their skates and things, just to have a lot of rolling activities on that block. So check us out on June 8th. June 20th, we will have a Amani Day on Dominican Center parking lot. We'll do a cleanup from 12 to 1. From 1 to 4 will be the actual event. We're gonna have a parking lot party right out here. A lot of activities on the parking lot, so join on that day if you are able. And then block build. Miss Amanda mentioned the applications. If you're interested and need an application, interest form, we have some interest forms. And then the actual event will be August 16th and 17th.
And they are accepting volunteers, getting the QR code and their link ready to share with you all if you're interested in volunteering for Blockfield. We need 500 to 600 volunteers for those days. So share, invite friends, family, whoever is available, even if it's 15 minutes, come out and engage and help out your neighbors. Or yourself, if you want to come.
And that is all that we have. Does anybody else have anything from our team? You want to share?
Just if you guys need any type of resources, you got my phone number. So if you need updated resources, different events going on throughout the community. If you need cleaning buckets or pickers, let me know. We'll get you a picker and a bucket. If you have neighbors, you want to keep your block clean, we're asking everybody, we're giving them the buckets and the picker. So then this way we can keep Greater Milwaukee beautiful. It makes a less traumatic areas to see beautiful flowers and clean yards. And sometimes if you're a little too tired, depending on what's on our schedule, Jarvis or myself might be able to come out and help you. Catch me early though, because y'all know I'll be moving.
And don't forget the youth council still has the raffle going. And y'all can contact Miss Elizabeth Brown for that information. Outside of that, we are going to wrap up this meeting. And thank y'all for joining. Anybody online have anything that y'all want to share before we exit? We gonna get them in 1 second. Go ahead, ma'am.
In my neighborhood, the council, and I lost contact with her.
Marissa might have her number. You have Yvonne's number.
Yvonne, who's here,
I'm not sure. Are you talking about Yvonne?
On the voting.
Okay, we'll get that information for you, but we'll get that information before we leave today. We are gonna close out You wanna close out a prayer, Ms. Richardson?
All right.
I'm saying that what they just leave my.
Then I'm not the police, just give me 1 second.
Okay, you guys next, let's close this meeting out. We gonna stand.
We are doing our prayer. Need it, Lord.
Most holy and blessed Heavenly Father, we have to continue to this day. Thanking you for the opportunity for many people to come together for one common good, and that's to make us all better. Heavenly Father, we ask you to protect every home that's represented here and the ones that could not make it. Continue to put your arms around us and continue to help us believe that everyone is important. No one should be left out. These are all the blessings we ask in your darling son Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. And then if anybody has anything for, the police officers concerning safety, you can stay online or in the building.
You guys are up.
Did you have an announcement tonight, or you just?
There's actually some flyers that I brought today, and I brought some like. Yeah, yes, please. Here, yeah, with me.
Yeah, you come up here, you're the other.
Just very quick, I'm just gonna. So the first handout is gonna be just the Amani crime in the neighborhood. District 5 normally has a monthly meeting, the first Wednesday of every month. It's a, certain areas that we have the monthly meeting, and this will tell you all the crimes in the city of Milwaukee. And as well as gives you and shows you a map where exactly are the crimes that are occurring and pointing out. And then it just kind of tells you, like, on this one is gonna be violent crimes, and it kind of tells you by the map and all that stuff, where exactly all that crime is occurring. They go from robberies to burglaries to, auto thefts. Okay, and then also the last page is like events coming up that you could, look for. Especially with the construction that is going on Locust, and then the RNC coming up event. The other one is our contact information. If or anything you wanna, yeah, we have 2 new officers, so there's 2 new officers. Normally, most people dealt with Garland, Officer Garland.
Right.
Officer Colwell, now he got promoted to detective, so he's no longer at the partnership unit, so good for him. So I'm new myself, I started in March, also Officer Latier, who's the back there, that's Latier. And the officers, But, so we have 2 new officers, yes, our contact information has been updated. So basically we have 2 day officers and 2 early power officers, that means we're able to assist the community from 8 AM to 7 PM, which is great. We have 2 officers in the morning and then 2 officers in the evening. If by any chance you want to talk to one of us regarding reporting, we would like for citizens to help us with reporting after sex, parties, shootings, any gun violence that we can assist. We also get the city involved and try to get, the houses shut down, boarded up, try to get, support by the owners, and see how we can manage to solve, like, if this is a problem house in the community, so then we could push them, a different direction or assist them in some way or somehow. But in that portion, we need the citizens, support on that. If we don't know, if the reports are not coming into us, we would not know what's going on in the community. So, you could be anonymous, you could just give us a tip, you could call, and we also, try to, promote the monthly meeting. I also recommend if people could attend the monthly meeting, which the captain does once a month, the first Wednesday of each month. On this one, well, we had it up to, it's right here, the monthly meetings, but the locations are pending, depending on where locations are at. And then otherwise, it's always good on the monthly meetings because we're able to talk to the candidate directly with any issues, concerns, or anything that you need the District 5 to help in the neighborhood area.
Right.
Yes,
Okay, why can't they be, for a quarter in one place?
we try to do it in the District 5 area as support of all communities. So just recently, we just had it at Holly Park, is it? Collier Park, so we, yes, and I believe we're gonna have it, I'm not sure, don't quote me, but I'm gonna think that the incarnation just is, but I'm not.
Turn it out, and you have that thing where they have like rocks with the cows.
Yeah,
When is that? I remember one year it was at, Clinton Road, which it turned out, I'll take that thing.
we're having it again this year. Everything, I'm not sure, Facebook, if you guys have Facebook, we put all that advertisement, not advertisement, but all our announcements on Facebook. We're getting, but we put all those announcements on Facebook. Is there somewhere else that would you like for us to? Police department or police department. You can, yes.
You don't know the place, but it can be in our area.
Right now, I do have it in my email, but I don't have it right here in the top of my noggin right now.
Police calendar on our calendar for Amani, for what's happening, you know.
Oh, they say
You don't
that.
have those people add something else,
Like,
no.
something, oh, you talk about the fact that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Add that on there, so it may be, give people access that because it's gonna be you know, some people ain't gonna be able to maneuver it to get. You know, if they study looking at Amani, they can see it right there on our website.
We want, future events to kind of go to the Amani website, so then.
Yeah, on another calendar, you know, like a little tiny calendar, please, future events.
Okay,
I have another question.
yeah.
Like, be a citizen.
And I think the people are going to them. I know what it is.
And I was really shocked to hear, the one person having all the. It's like only. Less than 40 officers. Where,
Less than 40 officers.
when they handle, you know, all the critical, the death and the, domestic violence, driving, anything like that, to handle all of that. How many officers there is in the present city? I'm in the city. How many officers do we have?
I'm on basic, which is 10 to 8 AM. And I know on ours, it's a long day. And I think, so we have day shift, early shift, early hour. For late hour, day shift, so 5 shifts long.
But we have 5.
So, the most is June, off the Friday shift.
Day shift, right?
And then I would say.
Seven districts, in the one.
Yes.
Correct, there's 7.
How many police officers do we have?
1,500.
Right around 15, 16. That's the officer that. Yeah.
And so that's divided down by 7 districts.
And then our criminal investigation bureau around.
Now, first time I see that,
Yes.
then sometimes I say I'm pretty thankful.
Well, most of the time, they're gonna be. Uniforms is something. How?
One, he was
Almost every day activity. Uniform.
all right, so understand, there's only 40 police, really have. No, I understand you down low. One will be, it can be there. They feel like. Okay, yeah, it's something about that, like.
I see a drunk driver, armed with all, whatever.
Now it's clear, trying to get all that. Down the street over here.
20 years ago. So I was at, brainstorm, and now they have an advanced plan. It's already had. And I went there with a very narrow perspective. I used to do it a lot, and I never know.
bring it around, just bring it out, get your W and that form, and then make sure you write your name on that photo. Leave that.
Now, you're resting somewhere.
Yeah.
When did you get 5 seconds to cool down and say, okay, it may not take.
Right. Like, big setup,
Yeah. Then you're kind of just getting more family. Even for us to do our job. I mean, we don't know what.
They're looking at it, some of them, and I know, I'm looking at you, some of you don't have business, I'm important. We don't understand, and that's saying.
Just like you. So they already got 3 chances. We're all,
And everybody wants to go home after the job is over.
Yeah, and it's, I mean, that's just everyone.
Does anybody gonna have anything for us? Anybody?
I'm hoping the process of cops being a park is real central to all of us, like, we had something out there once, and when you had those things, you also had partners with resources all around today, and that was really great. We live in Washington,
It's great, it's a great event.
it is a great event, I'm going to rock the cop.
I know I better be in rock.
But they got to take me when they start, like, and they start in areas where. Still just in, but I still need you to check in. Sorry, and we recognize. And then.
It'll be May 20th. And the location. It's going to be 37.
That's a different that part.
That's Butterfly Park.
I just figured this is like.
It's gonna be green. It is 35th Street. From 3 to 5 p.m. They had problems. 3717. Yeah, it's called Butterfly Park. It's really pretty, really amazing. They also have a roundabout right there as well. You can drive down the city. Some of the condominiums are in really great condition where they can get out later on. It's where.
This is our, I used to live in the neighborhood, part of the youth council and then the work that we used to do when I first started. We went back, we moved to the neighborhood, right? You mentioned me, yeah. You mentioned me tonight.
And it's no longer.
Yeah, see something, say something. Get the stitches, get. Be friends for your life.
I got you know what?
I was about to cut these up.
But I think it's.
They use the rest of the building center.
That's where, that's what I'm saying. Running down the block.
Did we get the call?
Right, it's not. And you know, maybe. Well, it's the email, they,
I'm working in your neighborhood.
Oh, I'm not. They want Everybody like.
Couple outlets,
And
and then they offered in, and then they, and they come back and.
Pretty cool. They always like, kind of like a love. I was nice to him, and so at some point, he had brought me birthday. Then it's like, oh, God, the thing you about to get it. Yeah.
He fixed the door handle. Then he did the ceiling fan, which it's a, I know it has, he probably didn't put one of the cords right together. That's what I They're really, when you perform all of this. What is it? And they know about it.
I did not have me name up on this camera. Y'all can wrap it up if y'all want to. I think we're done. Thank y'all. See y'all next month for the other meetings we got. I mean,